Hello guys, and welcome to my Grub tutorial. Grub is used to mod hidden BIOS settings, and by being able to access these settings you can significantly improve your overall system latency and performance. Now you need a USB stick and your brain, as you still need to be careful and you can't just start changing every setting, as you will brick and then you have to reset CMOS, which can be quite tedious. You can message me on this if you need any help. Now, a lot of people find it difficult to learn how to Grub, as previous resources have been quite hard to understand, which is why I'm making this guide to make it as accessible as possible. So first you want to install IDA64 by following this link and clicking here, then just following through with the installation, and once it is installed, just launch the application. And here you want to go to motherboard, find out what the motherboard name is, as well as the BIOS version. So here we're seeing 315 GM51GS. Then you want to go to your manufacturer's website and find it. So here we see that it is the correct version, and it is version 315. So just download it off of here. This is for Asus ROG, but every single manufacturer will have a similar website like that. Next you want to install the Ufi Tool. One thing I do want to note is that some of you might only have an exe for the BIOS instead of just the raw BIOS itself, and if that's the case you can try using it. I have seen that for some people it worked, but if it doesn't work you can create a BIOS dump by using the tool linked here. And once you have your BIOS and install the Ufi tool, just simply extract these two things and launch the Ufi tool and drag your BIOS onto it. Select the capsule, Control F, text, and XCTI handoff. This is a setting it will find, and it will give you this message. Just double click on it, click here, extract as is, and just really, you can name it anything you want. After that, you want to install the universal IFAR extractor. So just download that, extract it, and launch the application. Here you will get this. Click on the two dots, select the SCT, and extract. It will give you a message: IFAR extracted successfully. Now go here and rename this file to a.txt. Once you have that file, you can download the IFR formatter by following this. And once you have this, just drag it to the same location as the a.txt and launch. It will create a b.txt, and this is where we have all the settings. So here we can start disabling a lot of things and changing pretty much all the settings. Now you cannot start changing it right away, but that is what you need, just the b.txt. One thing I do recommend is that you will probably want to follow a guide for which settings to change. For example, Voot's list. And one thing I would recommend doing is creating a doc. So for example, I have mine here, and looking at every setting here, for example C6 DRAM, finding it in here and copying the var offset as well as this, and putting it into a document. And this way, when you launch into Grub, you will be able to just copy these settings into Grub itself, and this will make it very simple. So once we have the b.txt, which is what we need, we can start installing Grub so that we're able to launch it from BIOS and start changing all the settings. So simply download Grub, and what we want to do is launch cmd, then we will do cd and open the location of where we install Grub. So in this case and we can delete these previous things as we already have the b.txt, which is what this whole process was trying to or aiming for, rather. So simply extract the grub and drag it onto the CMD. Now we have opened this location and copy paste this in. One thing you do want to check is that your USB stick is the correct one. So here it says letter E, and here it also needs to be letter E. And one thing you also want to do is format it as FAT32, as otherwise it won't work. So simply do that, and once this is complete, just press OK, close, and copy paste this in, enter. It should install it, just wait a bit, and it should say installation finished and no error reported. Once this is complete, we will download this modded shell. So just save it, rename this to bootx64, copy it and put it into EFI boot and replace the file in destination. Now once this is complete, you can disable CSM and secure boot and boot into the USB stick, and there you can start typing and changing the settings. With this specific shell, to change the settings, for example for this, you would first type setup_var, then the var offset, then the var store, then the var offset, and then the value itself. So by typing this, you would change the boot performance mode to turbo performance instead of max non-turbo performance. Hopefully that is easy enough to understand, and this tutorial has helped you change whatever BIOS settings you might not have had access to. Thank you for watching and enjoy.